What is going on? Matt O'Leary back with another video, and no, we do not have Aaron Rodgers news yet, but I will be going live at 2:30 for my Aaron Rodgers watch live stream. We've been doing those throughout the week, so unless there's breaking news before that, expect me to be live on the channel at 2:30 p.m. Eastern on Saturday. All right, so the title of this video may be a little bit controversial. I know everyone's not going to agree with this take, but I really don't think Odell Beckham Jr. is a good fit for the New York Jets for a few reasons. And no, it's not necessarily because of the off the field stuff with Odell. I think some of that could get overblown with how he carries himself. I guess it really has to do with more injuries and on field, to be honest with you. So yesterday, the Jets attended Odell's workout. He looked good. He made a couple nice catches. He looks like he's in really good shape. And Sauce Gardner had him on FaceTime. So naturally, there was a lot of connection to the New York Jets. But once again, I don't really think that's the kind of receiver that the Jets need stylistically. And injuries. Like, let's get into that right now. Injury history. In 2020, he tore his ACL. Comes back in 2021, the following year, gets traded to the Rams. They go on their run, and then in the Super Bowl, he tears his ACL. So the last two seasons that he played, he had a knee injury. He's had multiple surgeries on that knee. He's now over 30 years old, which, I mean, multiple injuries and over 30 years old isn't great. He didn't play at all in 2022. So we don't know what he's going to look like now at this point in his career. And I think for the actual on the field stuff, he's a little redundant to what Elijah Moore is going to be in this offense, at least in my opinion. I think, size wise, they're pretty close in size. Odell is better in the slot than he is on the outside. And I think that's what you want Elijah Moore for. Also, if you were to bring him in and let's say you rotate who you have in the slot, because they like Garrett in the slot last year as well, and it's Wilson, Moore, Odell, it's a very small wide receiver room, unless you think Denzel Mims is just going to turn into this guy who everyone thought he was going to be when he was drafted. I'm rooting for that, but I don't think you could bank on that. I think the Jets need to go out and get the type of wide receiver that this room is missing. They have the speed, they have the separation with Moore and Garrett. They need that big body red zone threat who can block, which again, that's also a very important part of the New York Jets offense. You have to be able to block in this scheme as a wide receiver. That's not Odell's strong suit. They need a bigger outside guy if they're moving on from Corey Davis, which I really think they are. And, some guys who come to mind for that role, Cortland Sutton via trade. On the free agent market, Allen Lazard, especially if Aaron Rodgers is coming, that one makes a lot of sense. And Lazard seems like a perfect fit for what they are looking for. Now, I'm saying Lazard is better than prime Odell. That's crazy town. But again, it has to do with what this wide receiver room actually needs. They don't need another smaller speedster. They need a bigger guy who knows how to block and could fit, systematically. Now, if Elijah Moore, for whatever reason, would be a part of the Aaron Rodgers trade, which I find highly, highly, highly doubtful, I do not think that is a realistic possibility at all, then maybe that's a different conversation that we could have. And then you're bringing in Odell and also adding. But again, I think that's a completely different scenario. And also, supposedly Odell's looking for, not a cheap deal. He's looking for $15 million a year, which after his injury history and where he is at this point in his career, I'm not comfortable with that. If it was a one-year flyer kind of contract for on the cheaper side, then okay, yeah, maybe this is maybe it's a different conversation, but that's not what this is projected to be. He wants money. He's looking for $10 to $15 million a year on a multi-year deal. No, absolutely not. I think that is far too risky. And again, not what the New York Jets need at the wide receiver position. Was he a great receiver in his day? Yes. Does he still maybe have something in the tank? He may. He very well may. But with the Jets, why do you want to bring in a guy who's been hurt the last 2 years that he's played and then didn't play at all last year due to injury? That seems like the very last thing that this team needs. So I know I might be out on an island on this one, but I don't think Odell would be the perfect fit for the New York Jets. Sound off below. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Matt O'Leary. I'll catch you next time.